Alright, so for today we had 8:30 news. We left this data low here, which is close to these relative equal lows here, and then this low here. This is a low that is trading away from an hourly and a 4-hourly gap. So we've got this 4-hourly high here, which I want to see hit as our ERL. This is yesterday, like lunch high, I think, or maybe PM high, one of the two. Anyway, it's an ERL. Obviously, we do have the draws lower, but they are SMT, right? There is an SMT here, so that is something. We're in a daily volume imbalance, but then we've also got this daily low, which we haven't taken, and it's not SMT. ES hasn't taken it either. So overall, it does look bearish, but to be honest, it looks very rangy. I mean, this looks very rangy, and then if I go down to like the 15-minute, obviously this at the moment is very rangy. But we are, obviously yesterday we traded higher. Now, this is an hourly IRL. If we come up, sweep this high, and then we get a short setup towards these lows, I will take it. Yes, this is a like a higher time frame gap, like kind of intermediate term low, but we would be bouncing off hourly IRL, and obviously it's a data low, which is very. I'll show you the on the 1 minute 8:30 data low here, which didn't actually sweep anything, so that low is not protected, and then obviously this low and that low are low resistance. You could say this low is protected, right? Like say we did get a short, I wouldn't target. Well, whoops, you know what I mean. I wouldn't target this low. I'd just go for these ones because we might not want to take this. We might just SMT and trade higher. But overall, it is tricky because obviously, yes, last few days have been extremely bullish, but we are now coming in to about, I think, 50%. Oh my God, why is all my stuff like this? Whoops. There we go. Yeah, we're now coming into just above the 50% of this whole kind of leg here. There isn't a 4-hour gap. Well, there is, but we closed above it. There are obviously two nice big ones here. But overall, it does seem like the higher time frame. We want to continue lower, and this is just a kind of a pullback to go a bit higher. But even if we don't, I feel like coming out, sweeping these highs, and then targeting the data low, and then these relative equal lows is not bad. Not a bad narrative, even if we don't want to take this low or come down here, which I don't expect us to do today. But I mean, what would be probably even better, which doesn't seem likely, but is if we actually came down here off open and then got a long. I feel like I'd be more inclined to take that because this 4-hour high just looks like it's definitely gonna get hit, and whether that's first or second. But yeah, so we'll see. We've got some ideas of what we want to see, but there's nothing in concrete yet. Remember, obviously, if there's nothing concrete, then we're not taking anything. But we will we'll come back and we will see. All right, so here we are. Market opened. We haven't actually took these highs yet. Now, obviously, we've got these two bullish 15 gaps, and I would take longs from this, even with these lows. The reason is because if you look at the higher time frame, we're trading from a 4-hour IRL towards an ERL, so this 15-minute gap is a valid continuation gap. But the problem is, this is what price action looks like, and there's not even a gap on the 30-second or even the 15-second, so there's absolutely nothing here. ES came up close to this high, relative equals. So at the moment we've got SMT down here, but then data low and relative equals on NQ, and then we've got relative equals on NQ up here, and also on ES. This is just very 50-50 at the moment, and obviously the 1 minute is just chopping. So we'll have to see what we get, if anything. All right, we're in this trade here now. We got what I wanted, right? What's the Lord? Basically, we came down, we've swept this low inside the hourly and the oh my God. This is taking ages, man. All right, I'll stay on this time frame, but basically, hourly, 4-hour low, swept with SMT, took the data low. We've obviously got these stacked highs up here. It looks like an A, M, hopefully D. Obviously, like I said, overall bullish bias. Yeah, why is this lagging so bad? We're gonna hop on the 1 minute. Yeah, all that. So we're going to be targeting the 930 high here. Break even is going to be this high here, which I think is a 2 minute gap, so perfect point for break even. Got the stop of this low. Obviously the entry model is just a singular. It's quite a small IFVG, but it's the only one obviously until that high, and it's very nice displacement, immediate displacement, nice high close right after sweeping all that liquidity. SMT on ES, and yeah, I just don't see any reason to really trade lower than this. And obviously we've got these stacked highs, which I may even just target there. So let's see how this trade plays out, if we can catch a win or not. And we've also got a 5 minute unfilled here, which is kind of my break even and a target to want to trade to. Obviously not getting the most displacement now, but this just looks so good not to try. Right, we come and sweep this internal low. Inside 15 gap, 4 hour gap, 1 hour gap. We've got stacked highs up here. I've got overall a bullish bias because obviously, like I said, we're delivering from the 4 hour IRL towards the 4 hour ERL. This is an absolute A+ model. If this loses, I'm absolutely happy for it to lose, right? I'm going to take this 10 out of 10 times. If it does lose, we come down and re-sweep this low and get another entry. I'll take that too. But hopefully we can just get a win. But like I said, either way, I'm absolutely happy with this trade. It's probably the best setup I've taken in a while. So let's see what happens. Something to note is obviously we have the SMT, but ES isn't really at a point where it could reverse. I mean, we're respecting a 5 minute gap, but if we did come lower and stop me out, I'd imagine it could maybe be because ES wants these lows. But with the SMT, you can't be sure that that's what's going to happen. So it's definitely a valid trade. Obviously, we're now getting looks like we might actually get stopped out, which is interesting. But yeah, could be because we want to re-sweep this low, get ES to sweep the lows, and then get the long, which I'm happy to take another long entry. Then I'll be done for the day. But this not working is very strange if this isn't to work, as it's just very, very obvious to me. It looks like we are stopped out. Okay. Let's see it. Okay, well, we'll come back. Okay, there we are. I'm out there, lost $400. Not a problem. I'm very, very confused that failed. I mean, I guess we might be just wanting to have some internal manipulation, but I can't see any reason why we'd leave these relative equal highs, leave these stacked equal highs, leave the 4 hour IRL, and not go lower. Obviously, like I mentioned about ES isn't at a point to reverse. Could be something to do with that, but that's not, I don't need to see them both as a point to reverse. I just need to obviously see NQ sweeping that low, and then the SMT is enough for me. Yeah, so we'll give it a minute to breathe, but I am still looking for long entries. It's obviously very unfortunate that doesn't work. Yes, the gap's a bit small, but it's very big current, very big displacement, energetic. So we'll wait and we'll see what we get now. Okay, so we're back in here. We just got huge displacement through the 30-second IFVG that we were actually holding, made a CISD. We're having our stop just below this candle here. And obviously we came down, we made the kind of internal manipulation with SMT. This is the last trade I'm going to take today, as I'll be losing about $800, which is obviously basically the most I want to do. But we've got the 1 minute CISD, the 30-second IFVG. And this does actually look very, very good now. We're targeting the same high there, or what is that? About 3R. We'll go break even at this high here, and we'll see if we can hopefully catch a win here. Again, this is an A+ setup. I'm extremely happy with this, and if this loses, then I'm just going to come off and just count this as a unlucky kind of day where I've took 2 trades that I like, but they just unfortunately did not work. Because we have an SMT with this high, what I'll do is I'll go break even at this 5 minute instead of waiting for the high, which hopefully we can hit in a second. And yeah, we'll then hold this towards the highs. Like I said, ES has pretty much bang on equal highs, so no reason that doesn't get taken. NQ has relative equal highs along with the 4 hour. We're at a perfect point to see a reversal. And we've just had our internal manipulation where the first setup we got stop rated on. So this one should work. So let's wait and see. And again, if this doesn't work, then I've just been wrong on the day, but that happens. I can't be mad at myself for the trades I've taken, and we'll just lock off and come back tomorrow. Okay, there we are. Break-even point is hit, so this is no longer a losing trade. I'm still think this is going to be my last trade of the day if we come and get stopped at break even. Although I could technically take another one, I don't really see anything else playing out at the moment other than this long. Obviously, we've got this 1 minute gap, which we can hopefully close above and continue higher. And then, yeah, just targeting the 4 hour ERL up there to complete our 4 hour IRL to ERL move with a 1 hour and 15 minute continuation and the 30-second IFEG. So we'll leave this on, and whatever happens, happens. The first loss is unfortunate, but I still agree with it. I'll look into maybe how I could have avoided it, but I don't think there was really anything to avoid it, as I'm always going to try a trade like that. We just got an internal manipulation, which is fine, which sometimes happens. And what you've got to do there is just take the second trade and hope that that can work out. Okay, so we'll come back when we hit either break even or take profit. Okay, got some very, very nice displacement here, obviously. ES has now taken these highs, so closing the position now wouldn't be incorrect to do, but because they're relative equal on NQ, I believe NQ wants to come and take them, so I'm going to continue my position. And the way we've displaced, I feel like the only reason we don't come and take this high is if we aren't bullish, and I believe we are bullish, right? I don't believe we'll come down here and then go back up for it. I think if we want to reverse here off the S&T, we'll just do that, and that just means I'm wrong, which is absolutely fine. I'm willing to, keep the trade on and bet that I'm right. Top step X is absolutely tripping. This is not loading at all. So I'm going to refresh. But yeah, so like I said, there's good displacement, so we'll come back when either one happens. But yeah, just wanted to say that taking it off now is not stupid, but because of especially how aggressive that displacement is, I believe we will come and take this high, and I'm willing to risk the $800 that I could take now and to potentially get break even on this trade. So let's see. Okay, there we are. That hit. Yeah, it's a nice trade. Unfortunately, we had to take the first loss. I mean, I'm gonna study this. I'm gonna see if it was possible to avoid it, because this kind of scenario where we sweep the low instantly, usually we don't need internal manipulation, but obviously here we needed it. Obviously it's a very nice re-entry, 30-second IFEG, 1 minute CISD, and it was just so obvious, right? Like I said, that the ideal situation would actually be leave these highs, come down lower, and then go for them. And obviously that is what we did. It was a 4 hour high, it was PM high, and I think it was previous day high. Yeah, it was. So it's just obvious that it was going to hit. This one, so it's a bit annoying. I can only capitalize, 750 on the day, because obviously I risked about 400 on each trade. This was about a 3R. So I made I think I risked just under 400. So I made like 1100, and then obviously already lost 400. So whatever, I only made 750, but it's obviously still nice. I'm not complaining, but it just feels like a nice move like that. High R, it would have been nice to not have to take the loss first. I mean, it could just say avoid it because the gap's small, but I just don't know. I can't see how it's a bad trade, but like I said, I'm going to try and figure out how I could have possibly avoided that. But it might just be, a trade where you just couldn't avoid it. You just have to take it. But either way, super happy with that. I've got no idea what we'll do now. We probably will just go for this high, but obviously I'm not going to hold till there. That's just silly. And yeah, so it's been, I think I didn't trade yesterday, but it was a nice long in the morning. Yeah, it was a similar thing, to be honest, 15-minute AMD. And then I remember I didn't take this, but a lot of people took this, and then got the inverse like here, and we just shot up all day. And then, yeah, but no, very nice trades. I am happy. And yeah, that's 2 winning days now on the funded account, as I had one break-even day before where I got a winning day. Yeah, 262 and then 752. So we've got 2 winning days with 2% in profit. So it's a good start. So we'll just come back and we'll see what's up tomorrow.